So, Lale, we've seen in the first hours of his presidency, President Biden signing a number of executive orders, getting straight to work there. How does this change the investment landscape, particularly pertaining to what drivers there are for the US dollar and, of course, in your court, where emerging markets go from here?
Sure. Well, thank you very much for having me here. Well, first of all, I think as BNY Mellon Investment Management, I have to say that we're really optimistic about growth and markets outlook for 2021. And what Biden administration and the majority that they have in the Senate is bringing a twist to that outlook that we have. And what that is that rotation that we have seen into value in Q4 of 2021 will likely have more room to run in 2021 as well. So I think that is one twist that the Senate outcome is bringing, and also the reflation trade that has been going on since September again has more room to run, which is again one of the twists that we have that we will see in 2021 for the markets.
Within the emerging markets space, where are you looking at for opportunities? Do you broaden out beyond just, of course, we've seen such a run up when it comes to China? Where do you find value there?
Sure. Well, for China, we are still very optimistic for 2021. Beyond China, though, we think that the Chinese economic recovery will actually broaden to other Asian countries, particularly South Asia and Southeast Asian countries. And I'm thinking about India and Indonesia, as you guys also mentioned earlier in your program, that India is very much doing its vaccine production. The hard data is telling me that the tangible output is coming back regarding the manufacturing output, regarding the agriculture output, which again makes me quite optimistic. And they are, again, very proactive in the vaccine rollout, which is one of the things that make me very optimistic. So overall, we think that recovery that we have seen in some of the North Asian countries will slowly broaden to Southeast Asian countries and some South Asian countries as well.
Are there any particular sectors that you're looking at? Because when it comes to the North Asian rally, we have seen the tech sector really lead the way. But when it comes to those Southeast Asian economies, we don't necessarily have those tech giants to count on.
Sure. When we are looking at investing in emerging markets in a pandemic environment, we are looking to see more long-term effects that the pandemic might actually bring forward. And for me, what that says is basically how the pandemic changes consumer behavior. So in that sense, we are much more optimistic about those sectors, such as healthcare, such as insurance, internet stocks, which have not only benefited from the pandemic environment, but also have very strong cash generation. On top of that, obviously, there's a cyclical story going on where, because the economic recovery will broaden to other emerging market countries, consumer spending names and also financial services names will also benefit. So there will be, attractive opportunities in both the consumer space and also the financial services space.
Broadly speaking, we have seen record rallies when it comes to these emerging market stocks. So I wonder if there are some geographies that have run a bit faster than expected. Should investors be avoiding certain sectors that have rallied too much already?
Look, I think for China, I think the fundamentals are still very resilient. There is very much a V-shaped recovery going on in China. So we are quite optimistic about China still, even though, as you say, they're a little bit more expensive. Overall, though, I would say North Asia and Southeast Asian countries will, bring more attractive opportunities in 2021.